Hello children, I am here with part third of chapter acid, bases and salt of class 10th, and till now we have discussed about acid bases, its preparation and properties. In this video we will discuss about salt, its type, preparation, okay, how it is prepared. Till now you have learned that when an acid reacts with a base it will form salt and water. Now we will discuss what are the types of salts and how it is prepared. Okay. Types of salts, there are three types: normal, acidic and basic. Preparation of salt is done by direct combination, that you all have learned. Types of reaction: simple displacement, which is based on reactivity series, that I think you all know what it is. Decomposition, this also you know. And neutralization or titration. Okay. Now let's start from salt. What it is? It is a compound that is formed by the partial or complete or total replacement of H plus ion that is present in an acid. Okay, partial means some of the H plus ion will get replaced, and total means all the H plus ion will get replaced. Okay, we will understand this by an example. Before that, let's understand what is salt. Salt is an ionic compound. You all know what is ionic and covalent compound. You have learned before. Ionic compound, when dissolved in water, it decomposes into cation and anion. What is cation? Cation is positively charged ion and anion is negatively charged ion. So when salt, that is an ionic compound dissolved in water, it splits up into positive and negative ion. Now another definition of salt is that salt is an ionic compound which dissociates in water to form a positive ion, that is known as cation, which is other than H plus ion. That means one H plus ion will be there with salt, and with H plus one more plus ion will be there. It may be K plus, Na plus, Ca plus, like that. Okay, which contain positive ion other than H plus ion. That means H plus will be there and any other plus ion, and a negative ion other than OH minus ion. Okay, OH minus ion plus any other negative ion, Cl minus, NO3 minus, or SO4 2 minus, like that. Okay, so this is the new definition that you have to learn about salt. Salt is an ionic compound which dissociates in water to form a positive ion and other than H plus ion, or you can say one positive ion and one H plus ion, and negative ion one OH minus ion and any other negative ion. Okay, so this is the definition that you have to learn, and on this basis the types is based. Now let's begin with normal salt. First type of salt it is. In this type, the salt is formed by complete replacement of H plus and OH minus ion, which is present in acid and base. Okay, here it is complete replacement of H plus and OH minus ion. Okay, now let's take one example. Acid, that is HCl, reacts with a base NaOH, will give NaCl is a salt and H2O. Okay, so you can see here in HCl one H plus ion is present, and in NaOH one OH minus ion is present, and complete replacement of H plus. Whatever number is present, that is one here and one here, they both will get replaced. Okay, so remove all the number of H plus and OH minus ion, then it will give water. Whatever is left, Na and Cl, it will form a salt NaCl. So this type of salt is called normal salt. Okay, when all the H plus ion and OH minus ion is replaced and they will form water, and whatever is left, that plus and minus ions will form salt. This type of salt form is called normal salt. Clear? Now another example is H2SO4 NaOH gives Na2SO4 and water. See how many H plus ion is there? 2. And how many OH minus ion is there? 1. So what we will do? We have to remove complete H plus and OH minus ion. So to remove these 2 H plus ion, what we need? We need 2 OH minus ions. So for this we have to put 2 over here so that we can get OH minus ions of 2 numbers. Okay. So 2 H plus and 2 OH minus will give here 2 molecules of water, and what is left here? Na and SO4. Okay. Na is plus and SO4 is 2 minus. So the salt form is Na2SO4. And how it is formed? By complete replacement of H plus and OH minus ion. So it is also, this is sodium sulfate, which is a normal salt. Okay. The name of the salt is sodium sulfate. Here it is sodium chloride. Let's take one more example. H3PO4 phosphoric acid. CaOH whole twice calcium hydroxide will give calcium phosphate, which is a salt, and water. Now here you can see that H plus ion is 3 and OH minus is 2. So you have to make both sides, both H plus and OH minus equal. So what we will do? We will put 2 over here and 3 over here. Now 3 into 2 is 6 and 3 into 2 is 6. So we are getting 6 H plus ions and 6 OH minus ion. And whatever is left, that will form a salt. Okay. So 6 OH minus and 6 H plus ion will give here water, and that whatever is left, that is giving salt. That is calcium phosphate. Okay. So here salt is formed after complete replacement of H plus ion and complete replacement of OH minus ion. You can see here in the salt no H plus or OH minus ion is present. That's why this type of salt is called normal salt, and the name of salt is calcium phosphate. Okay children, so I think it is clear. Now we will move towards acidic salt. One thing you have to note here, that in normal salt no other H plus or OH minus ion is present in the salt. Here NaCl only, no H plus OH minus ion is there. Here Na2SO4 only. Here Ca3PO4 whole twice only. Okay. So here in these 3 cases no H plus and OH minus ion is present in the salt. So these are called normal salt. Okay children. Now acidic salts is formed by partial replacement of H plus ion. Partial means not complete. Okay, partial replacement of H plus ion present in an acid. Okay, so you get clear about this when you will see the example. Now see here, H2SO4 when reacts with a base NaOH at temperature less than 200 degrees Celsius, it will give sodium hydrogen sulfate and water is formed. Okay. Now see here, how many H plus ion is there? 2. How many OH minus ion is there? 1. So partial replacement of H plus ion. Out of 2, only 1 will get replaced by OH minus ion. So after removing 1, what you will get? 1 molecule of water and 1 H will remain here with acid only. So here the salt is formed between Na and HSO4 minus. That H is left here. It is not ionized. It is not forming ion. Okay. Not forming H plus ion. Only 1 H plus will get converted into its ion, other will remain with HSO4. Okay, that's why the salt is formed here, NaHSO4. Okay, and when there is H in the salt, in the one more example we have discussed with normal salt. In that case, you have seen that Na2SO4 is forming by complete replacement of H plus ions. But here it is not complete, it is partial replacement of H plus ion. That's why out of two, only one will form ion, H plus ion, and another H will remain with SO4 minus. So that HSO4 minus will form a salt that is known as sodium bisulfate or sodium hydrogen sulfate. Okay, and because of this H, it is showing the property of acid. Okay, because it is H is present here, and that H is coming from an acid. Okay, this H is coming from an acid. So in the salt, some property of acid will remain. That's why it is called acid salt. Okay, now you will be able to identify which salt is acidic and which one is normal. In the normal salt, H is not present. In acidic salt, H is present. Okay, and that H is coming from acid. Okay, that's why it is behaving like acid. Clear? Now another example is phosphoric acid. When reacts with sodium hydroxide, it will give sodium dihydrogen phosphate. Okay, sodium dihydrogen phosphate, and water is formed. See how many ionizable H plus ion is there? 3. But we have discussed that partial replacement will take place, and here OH is 1 only. So out of 3, how many we will use? Only 1. So how many left here? It is 2H. Okay, 2H is left and 1H is forming water with OH minus. Now see, 1 is removed, that is forming water over here. How many hydrogen is left? H2PO4. Okay, H2PO4 is left there only. So here H2PO4 is minus. So it is forming salt with Na plus. So NaH2PO4. This is a salt that is acidic in nature. That means this acidic property is coming from this phosphoric acid, and here hydrogen is present. That's why you can say it is acidic salt. In acidic salt, hydrogen will be present there, and that hydrogen is coming from the acid. Okay children, I think it is clear for you now. So here you can easily identify that the acid must contain more than one hydrogen atoms or ions, so that out of 2, 1 only can form water and 1 will get attached with acid. Out of 3, it can form only 1 water and next 2 hydrogen will attach with salt. So you can say that for forming acidic salt, the acid must contain 2 or more hydrogen in it. Okay, 2 or more hydrogen in it. If it contain only 1 hydrogen, then the ionization will be complete. 1 hydrogen is removed and that will form normal salt. For the formation of acidic salt, it must contain 2 or more H plus ion in it. Okay, H plus ion in it. Now children, next is here. Next example is H3PO4 plus 2NaOH. You will tell me what product is formed. Okay, when H3PO4 is taken, 3H plus, 3 hydrogen, and here it is 2OH minus. Okay, so what type of salt is formed and name the salt. Okay, and you have to tell me the answer. Okay children, and one thing you have to note that acidic salt is formed by dibasic or tribasic acid only. Okay, dibasic or tribasic acids. Okay, Dibasic and tribasic acids. Basicity you have learned in video number 2. You have to refer from that what it is. Okay. So give me the answer for this. And one more question is that, can you prepare any acid salt of HCl or HNO3? So its answer will be no. No. Why it is no? Because here only one H plus ion is forming. Here also only one H plus ion is forming. And if salt is formed, that means this hydrogen is forming water. So no more hydrogen is left. That's why these two acids will not form acid salt. It can be prepared by H2SO4 that has 2 hydrogen and H3PO4 that has 3 hydrogen in it, or you can say or H2CO3 carbonic acid. That means more than 2 H plus ion is forming, or it contains more than 2 hydrogen atom in it. Out of these two, one will form water and one will get attached with salt. Clear? So HCl and HNO3 will form normal salt. It will never form acidic salt. Now third is basic salt. It is formed by partial replacement of OH minus ions, okay, from a base, okay, partial replacement of OH minus ion. Then the salt will form is basic salt. Let's take example. See here it is PbOH whole twice plus HCl gives PbOH, and H2O. Now see here how many OH ion are there? 2 OH minus ion is present, and here how many H plus? 1. Okay. Now there is partial replacement of OH minus ion. So out of 2 only 1 will form water and 1 will remain here with lead. So 1 is with lead, that is PbOH, okay, and 1 Cl minus ion is there. So it will form Cl here, and when this OH is present in the salt, it will show basic property, and that is coming from base. Okay, that OH is coming from base. That's why it is a basic salt. Clear, children? Why it is basic? Because it is having OH in it, and that OH is coming from a base. That's why the salt will have some property of base, and the name of salt will be basic lead chloride. Okay, here wherever base is present in the salt, you will use basic as a prefix. Okay, basic will be the prefix for salt. One more example you can take. MgOH whole twice plus HCl gives MgOHCl plus H2O. Now see here how many OH is there? 2. How many H plus is there? 1. So out of 2 we will use only 1. That's why it is forming 1 molecule of water, and 1 OH is left here. OH is left here. That is forming salt with Mg, and here Cl minus is left. It will get attached with the salt. MgOHCl. Again, I have said in this example that wherever OH is forming, you can say it is a basic salt. Why it is basic? Because this OH is coming from a base. That's why it is basic. Okay, this OH is coming from a base. That's why it is basic salt, and the name is basic. What I said, you have to add prefix with the salt name. So basic you will write first, then magnesium chloride. Okay, clear to you all? I hope it is clear. And here same condition is that for forming basic salt, the base must contain 2 or more OH minus ion. Okay, base must have 2 or more OH minus ion. Okay, if it has 1 only, then again it will form normal salt. And if it has 2, then out of 2, 1 it is using. And if it has 3, so it can use 2 or 1. So 1 will always remain with salt. Clear, children? Now next is preparation of salt. First is direct combination or synthesis. Now children, You all know that salt is ionic compound, and ionic compound is formed with in between metal and non-metal. So here we will use metal and non-metal for the formation of salt. Now children, iron is metal, Fe, chlorine is non-metal. Chlorine gas is non-metal. So metal and non-metal is combining to form FeCl3. Okay. Now you have to balance the equation. So you will write 2 here, 2 here and 3 here. Okay. Whenever you are writing a reaction, you must balance it. Okay. And this reaction is very, very, very important. Okay. Wherever FeCl3 salt is forming, it is only formed by direct combination method. Children, keep it in your mind that wherever FeCl3 is forming, it is formed only by direct combination. It is never formed by any other method. Okay, that's why you have to remember this. It is formed by iron and chlorine. And one more example of FeCl2 is also there. FeCl2 is not formed by direct combination. One more example is sodium and chlorine. So it will give NaCl. Again, what you have to do? You have to do balancing. Clear? So metal, non-metal will give an ionic compound, that is a salt. Okay, first preparation is direct combination. Next is simple displacement. Simple displacement is based on reactivity series, and the reactivity series, you know that this is in the form of decreasing reactivity series. Reactivity, that means this is most reactive and this one is least reactive. Okay, and here hydrogen is there, so you have to learn this reactivity series. I have one short form of this. केदारनाथ का माली आलू जरा फीकी पकाता है. ओके, केदारनाथ का माली आलू जरा फीकी पकाता है. एंड नेक्स्ट इज हाई कोर्ट है आपका. ओके, AAP आपका. हाई हाई कोर्ट है AAP आपका. Okay, so you have to remember this reactivity series. Only on that basis you will able to write simple displacement reaction. Now children, see here, metal and acid will give salt and hydrogen gas. Metal and acid will give salt and hydrogen gas. Here you have to remember that the metal must be above hydrogen in the reactivity series. So hydrogen is here and iron is above hydrogen, so here reaction will take place. Okay, because it is above hydrogen, so it is forming FeCl2 plus H2 hydrogen gas. So you have to balance this. Okay, so you will get FeCl2. If in exam it is coming, write the name of preparation for FeCl2, you will write simple displacement, and for FeCl3 you will write direct combination or synthesis. Okay, this one is also very, very important reaction. Now see here, zinc and acid, metal and acid will give salt, that is ZnSO4 plus H2 gas. Okay, ZnSO4, because zinc is above hydrogen, so zinc will be able to displace hydrogen from acid and it will form ZnSO4 and hydrogen gas is forming. Okay, next example you can take zinc and hydrochloric acid will give zinc chloride and hydrogen gas is released. So here again zinc is more reactive than hydrogen. It will replace this hydrogen and form zinc chloride and hydrogen gas is released. Now children, see here, copper and sulfuric acid will give copper sulfate and hydrogen. Is it possible? No. See here, copper is below hydrogen. Okay, copper is below hydrogen, so it will not be able to displace this hydrogen because it is less reactive than hydrogen. So here this product will not form. You can write no reaction. Okay, so copper and acid will not react to give any salt. Next is decomposition. First is hydrogen bicarbonate. Hydrogen carbonate or bicarbonate. It is HCO3 minus by acid. So decomposition of bicarbonates, that means this by the action of acid. So the breaking down of bicarbonate will give always carbon dioxide gas, okay, and salt and water is formed. So NaHCO3 plus HCl, it will decompose into NaCl and CO2 will form with water. Next example is calcium bicarbonate. On decomposition with acid, it will give calcium nitrate. Carbon dioxide will form because of carbonate and water is forming. So wherever carbonate is there, remember the thing that you have to write, carbon dioxide gas is released. Now do balancing for this carbon dioxide, water and nitric acid. Okay. So the decomposition of bicarbonate with acid will give salt, water and carbon dioxide gas. Now carbonates CO3 2 minus, decomposition of carbonates by acid. So copper carbonate when reacts with acid, it will decompose into salt, water and carbon dioxide. Here copper carbonate is there, that's why it is copper chloride, water and carbon dioxide gas. Magnesium carbonate with sulfuric acid will give magnesium sulfate, water and carbon dioxide gas will release. So for carbonates and bicarbonates, these two products, that is carbon dioxide and water, is common and only salt will change. Okay, the name of salt will be according to the name of acid. Clear, children? Now next is decomposition of sulfides. Sulfides are SO3 2 minus ions by acid. It will release SO2 gas. Okay, SO2 gas. Carbonates and bicarbonate releases CO2 gas and sulfides will release SO2 gas. Children, example is sodium sulfite and hydrochloric acid will give salt NaCl, water and SO2 gas is released. So you have to identify what type of decomposition reaction is taking place. Breaking down of sulfite. It will break down into SO3 2 minus and Na plus ion. Here also it will break into plus and minus ion. What you have to do, you have to change only the ions. Na plus will come here in place of H. Okay, so it is forming NaCl. Okay, and SO3 will form SO2 gas and one molecule of water is forming. Okay, children, you have to do formation of salt like that only. Break the compound into ion and then form salt. Whatever is left, they will form water and SO2 gas. Clear? Like that, CuSO3, copper sulfite, nitric acid will give copper nitrate, water and SO2 gas. Wherever SO3 is there, it will form SO2 gas. Now what you have to do, you have to break the compound Cu2 plus, SO3 2 minus and here H plus and NO3 minus. What salt will form? Cu and NO3 plus and minus ions because salts are ionic compound. Okay, so Cu2 plus and NO3 minus, these two ions are combining. After the exchange of valency, the compound will be CuNO3 whole twice and water and SO2 gas is formed. Okay, children? I hope it is clear for you. Next is sulfides. Sulfides are S2 minus ions. Decomposition of this by acid will give salt and H2S gas only. Here no water is forming like previous method. Okay, here only salt and H2S gas is forming. Let's take one example. See, zinc sulfide ZnS will react with, decompose with sulfuric acid, will form zinc sulfate and H2S gas is evolved. What you have to do, you have to break the sulfide. Decomposition means breaking down of any compound. So decomposition of sulfide means Zn2 plus and S2 minus ion will get decomposed. And here H plus and 2 minus ion it is forming. So Zn plus and minus ion will form salt. I have explained before only because salt is ionic compound. So 1 plus and 1 minus ion is forming here. Zn2 plus and SO4 2 minus ion is forming a salt and H2S gas is released. So children, like this you have to remember the reactions. Okay. Next is decomposition of nitrates by acid. It will give salt and nitric acid. Okay. Nitrates will give nitric acid with acid. So example is PbNO3 whole twice plus HCl. Now this will decompose into PbCl2 and HNO3 will form. Okay, so this PbCl2 is in the form of precipitate. Okay, you all know what is precipitate? It is the insoluble solid present in the solution. Okay, after the reaction, an insoluble solid is formed which is present in the solution. This insoluble solid is called precipitate and it is denoted by downward arrow. Next is neutralization. In neutralization, titration is also there. So what is neutralization reaction? We will discuss first. Acid when reacts with a base, it will give salt and water. Whenever acid base is reacting, they will neutralize the effect of acid and base and salt is formed which is neutral in nature. When an acid HCl reacts with a base MgO, it will give salt, magnesium chloride and water. Another example is sulfuric acid, copper hydroxide will give copper sulfate and water. So children, what you have to notice here that these two bases are insoluble base. Okay, these are not forming solution with water. These are insoluble base. Okay, they will not dissolve in water. Insoluble means they will not dissolve in water. When that type of base is reacting with acid, then the salt and water formation is come under neutralization reaction. Okay, neutralization reaction takes place when an acid reacts with insoluble base and salt and water is forming. Now titration. So titration is done with, it is also done with acid and base and product is also same, salt and water. The basic difference is that here base is insoluble and here it is soluble. Okay, or you can say that it is alkali. Okay, alkalis are soluble in water. So the difference between titration and neutralization is here only. If base is insoluble base, then you can say the process is neutralization. And if base is soluble or alkali, you can say it is titration. The method is changed because of this base only. Now examples are nitric acid, HNO3, NaOH, it is alkali, will give sodium nitrate and water. Hydrochloric acid, KOH, it is also alkali, so it will give potassium chloride and water. And acid HCl with ammonium hydroxide, it is also alkali or soluble base, it will give ammonium chloride and water. So children, whenever sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide or ammonium hydroxide is reacting with acid, then you can say this process is titration. Other than these three base, whatever base is used, then you can say it is neutralization reaction. Okay. Now can you tell me when sodium hydroxide reacts with sulfuric acid, it will give sodium sulfate and water. What type of reaction it is? It is neutralization or titration. So see the base it is here NaOH. What I said, wherever it is soluble base or alkali, you will write titration. Okay, NaOH, KOH, NH4OH, you will write the method titration. For here it is titration. And suppose if it is CuO is here. If it is here, then CuO plus H2SO4, it is also a base and acid will give salt, that is CuSO4 plus water. Okay, plus H2SO4. Now in this case, what type of reaction it is? CuO is insoluble. Okay, insoluble. So this will be neutralization. Okay, neutralization. So I hope this one is clear to you all. So do practice for this chemical reaction and I will give you some more assignment based on this. So you have to do that assignment. Okay children, take care. Bye bye.